frustration you talked about earlier. Basically, he's not out of it, but he's got a Herculean effort to deal with it. I'm going to try to land this, chase it on there. See that ball landed on the green. I don't think
you should see if you can find it on YouTube, buddy.
Come out of the water. And my whole point with this segment tonight is,
what?
Look, we were all really excited for this hole in 2017. Yes, it's going to be a good point in the back nine to possibly have some excitement. It really hasn't delivered. Given the fact that Davis Love III and his design team have done such wonderful work the last couple seasons out here, the sixth hole with the tree being added, the right side of 14, bringing back the gnarliness of Pete Dye's original design, it wouldn't surprise me to see them look at this green going forward, maybe raise the left side, maybe not make it quite as penalizing if you miss a left pin by 2 yards. That's my opinion. Rich?
Johnson, just curious, what do you think we're in store for on Sunday, and who do you like?
Starby 23. Ooh.
Well, it's an early start, and that's really going to favor the guys like J.J. Spawn to not have to wait until, well, today was 2:35, but tomorrow would have been around 1:30, 1:40. I think him going out early at 10 o'clock, that's going to be a massive help to him to not have to have that whole morning to wait around and think about everything. Also, I think it's going to help Bud Cauley, as Brandel and Paulie so eloquently said. Bud Cauley, man, he was a stud. He played his way onto the PGA Tour with 7 sponsored exemptions. And now that has become a regular feat in the last few seasons. But when Bud did it, there was only a handful that had done it before. Tiger,
I need to share it to the
I think Hunter Mayhem,
channel.
just a couple of guys that have been able to have that kind of success right out of college. Justin Leonard for sure. But do I like to win this thing? I'm still bullish on Akshay Bhatia. He didn't have his best stuff today, but he fought it out and he's still right there in the hunt.
Akshay 75 today. He's 4 shots back at 800. Johnson, thank you. We will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, coverage has been moved up.
That's what I did on the last round.
Storms are going on in the threesomes off speeds between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll have it for you every which way. Golf Channel and Peacock beginning at 10, then NBC at noon, streaming always on Peacock. Stay with us. The Lucas Glover story, and as well how Rory was able to hang in there.
Comcast Business helps turn the Players' Championship into a ticketless ticketing, multi-shot tracking, birdie putt obsessing, swag securing, global broadcast orchestrating.
Will Billy be a winning?
Easy, Rich. No jinxing.
Tee-shot mashing, absolutely thrilling, game-changing golf experience. Powering the connectivity of the Players' Championship. Comcast Business.
Just because it's wet outside, you don't need to wear boots. Presenting Skechers waterproof sneakers with rugged 100% waterproof construction in a comfy, breathable, lightweight, easy-to-wear sneaker. Ditch the boots and experience comfy, capable Skechers waterproof sneakers.
You know what's smart? Treating yourself without cheating your bowls. Indulge responsibly with Factor. All of the flavor, none of the guilt. Ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, look at it. To experience what they do in the islands,
11?
in the world, and
12.
in their ways. It's very special. No, it's mind-blowing. It's quite cool. It's fast. Everything grows out here. More coffee.
More coffee, exactly.
You don't really appreciate it unless you see it. To do this experience and kind of learn about Hawaii and the culture and stuff there. It's so special.
Grand Canyon University, an affordable private Christian university, is one of the largest universities in the country, offering more than 270 programs online. In addition to federal grants and aid, GCU's online students received nearly $140 million in institutional scholarships in 2023. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you may qualify for.
The owner of this car is smart because he took it straight from Porsche and brought it here to have Kumar PPF installed all over. And what that does is it makes sure that when rocks get slung at the front end of this car, all of these surfaces are protected. And it even has self-healing abilities.
You know Harbor Freight for affordability, but durability
right along with it. You see, we test, and then we test again. Now, it's time for you to put us to the test. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
The stage is set, and it's now or never.
Got legends and perhaps some legends in the making.
At the PGA Tour's gold standard, the final round of the Players' Championship, live on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
I'm sure any
Who's-
of us had final threesome on
Is it
Sunday.
today?
JJ Spawn,
Yeah.
Dolly, Lucas Glover.
Happy birthday,
Shades
Bergie.
of 2022. Final threesome was on Bon Laguirre, Doug Gim, and Sebastian Munoz with Cameron Smith winning. Spawn one shot lead. Time now for Powering Possibilities presented by Comcast Business. Lucas Glover. Here we go. He's 8 under playing the par 3 third.
Yeah, he had made a 20-foot birdie at the second, off the back of the green at the third. It was a popular spot today. Nobody better than that. Right into the wind, nice read, nice chip.
Here he is in the sixth. He's a really good player, very good tee to green, always has been. There's an example of some good arm play from him. He spins it in. Softer conditions at the start of his round. It's a birdie there. That gets him a -10.
And just like at the third, the 13th, off the back of the green, downwind, chipping back into the wind. What he did in 3 turns out was not luck.
Yeah, now at 15.
Got in trouble off the tee, too aggressive, trying to take it across the corner. Could only get it in that front left bunker. Decent enough bunker shot, but at this stage the greens were drying out, the wind was whipping, and that thing just slowly falls its way off the back of the green, leaving himself a tricky little chip shot now to try and save bogey.
Making double now at 16. He gets it all back.
How many tour pros can say they chipped in 3 times in a round? Don't see that very often. That for Eagle.
This is what can happen. Feeling pretty good, and then you're not. Double bogey here at the 17th. Shoots a 71, 9 under par. Back going to the final round. Here's Lucas Glover.
Another one missed.
The hardest thing is kind of picking your spots. You know, you catch downwind par 5 or something. All right, I can go get this one. Or conversely, you catch 4, which is a lot of times a birdie hole. You catch that one into the wind like today.
71.
I got to be careful here, or more so than usual. But
That's 15.
and then bad things happen, and they're going to happen to everybody. You just,
Jesus. That's...
all right, that happens. Instead, feels perfectly calm, and you get 2 doubles in the last 4 holes. You know, be spitting mad, but it just happens.
I know you probably want to play these kind of conditions.
I do.
He's 6 feet
yeah.
on 12 stint. This ought to be fun.
Makes good shots, good shots.
He is old.
Makes good shots, really good shots. And it also get to people sometimes. And experience tells you that if you don't let it get to you, you got a better chance of survival. Which is kind of my mindset when it's like this.
10-footer now.
Sounds a little bit like the guy who was on our set earlier this week. Players champ from 2000. That's Hal Sutton. By the way, who also survived. Ball in the water on 17 in the 3rd round. Made triple that year, but went on to victory lane. So one eagle, 4 birdies. And this was kind of not atypical. The winds blowing the way they did. Those 3
Jack
chippings.
bogey. Shoot.
A couple of years ago, he ball struck his way to a victory in Greensboro and then used his short game to win the next week at FedEx St. Jude. Now to Rory McIlroy. 9 under, par 5 second. This is his 3rd shot.
Yeah, scrambling par at the first, but you missed the fairway, and missed the fairway here, so not a scrambling par, or scrambling birdie. Brilliant pitch shot. Kind of reminded me, although it wasn't quite as difficult as the one yesterday at 4 where he saved par, but similar, in the same fairway.
Yeah, he was off the fairway as well. Again, didn't hit too many fairways today on 4. This was on managing to chip it close to save a par again. With some good short game there, staying at -10 now.
I haven't done that. Wow.
And then just
This
a
will be easy.
bizarre 3-putt. Found the fairway,
Almost
hit a
impossible.
beautiful iron shot, about 13 feet. Ran it by 3 feet and change. And first 3-putt of the week for Rory.
All right, good shot here at 6th.
Yeah, again, missing the fairway on 6. This is a 2nd shot. Good, little bit of backspin there, finding that pin.
That gets him back to -10 again after the mistake in the previous hole.
27.
And this is tested. A long bunker shot. But you just barely landed on the green. Let it run out there. Faxon was on the call, talked about how wide open he had that face. A lot of speed, a lot of talent, great touch, nice save.
That was par 4-7. Excuse me.
And again, more evidence of the wide driver again today to return to the water up the right-hand side and a hole that was really tough to be on and through it only a mid-iron for him today. A little surprised he hit driver there, but did manage to save par. Now at 12, as Johnson just detailed, he got tangled up in the right rough, and then short of the green, and then didn't hit a good pitch, and then made a bogey.
Pointing around where he was a little scoopy on those chip shots.
Down in front of the green like a lot of people. He struggled 2-putt from there, and this was always late. And that'll probably be another 3-putt bogey for him. That drops him back to -7.
And this putt was enormous. It's a birdie putt from a little more than 8 feet. It's a round of 73s, only 4 back, going to the final round. Here's Rory.
I feel like I played better than I scored. All the bogeys I made were really soft. 3-putt on 5. You know, we sort of made a mess at 12, 3-putt at 13, 3-putt at 17. So yeah, I feel like that's one of the hardest things. That, you know, they slowed the greens down today for obvious reasons, and I feel like I didn't adjust very well to that. And then some of the chip shots around the greens when you start to get downwind, you know, I got a little tentative with some of those as well. So yeah, most of the sort of drop shots were from around the green mistakes rather than tee to green. Felt like I hit the ball pretty well, controlled my flight. It was nice to make a birdie on 18 at least and see one putt go in. So not out of my any. The wind is supposed to still be blowing tomorrow, so yeah, it was nice to birdie that just to get, you know,
the best spot possible.
So Rory trying to win the Players for the second time. Did it in 2019. Didn't hit many fairways, but he's not alone. Did pick up more than 2 shots to the field. Strokes gained approach. Didn't have his best day with a flat stick, though he did make that putt on the final hole. Paul, how would you assess Rory?
Yeah, I mean, he hung around. He's battling like he did all week. I don't think he's on his game. He's not putting the whole thing together. He's nowhere near the quality of golf that he was playing when he won in Pebble Beach. Nevertheless, you know, he's right up there. He's the big name on a very inexperienced leaderboard. So tomorrow he's got to go out and he's got to dominate that leaderboard. He's got to get his name on the top of that leaderboard and make the intimidation factor count. That's the goal tomorrow, particularly coming out of the blocks. But you're not going to do it, particularly on a windy day around Sawgrass from the rough. So he's got to find a way of getting the ball more on the fairway like he did on day 2. And from there, I really believe in the short game. I think it's great. I know he had a few iffy chips around 10, 11, 12, 13 today. But in general, his short game is excellent, particularly his putting. So if he can get the ball on the fairway, I think he's got a real good chance.
Brandon, how about Lucas Glover?
Look, I could agree more with you. I mean, for Rory to win the hole, he's got to find the fairway. If he doesn't, he's got to do something absolutely magical. I said it last week. Say it again. I'll continue to beat this drum. If they play more golf courses like this, we would have a reordering in the world rankings, and organically, how fast players swing would come down. Lucas Glover swings a club 110 miles an hour. You look at the top of that leaderboard. JJ Spawn 115, Bud Carley 114, Smalley 115, Lucas Glover 110 miles an hour, Batia 116 miles an hour, Corey Connors 115 miles an hour. This is about control. Lucas Glover's hit 11 fairways every single day on this golf course, the way it turns and weaves and bobs under these windy conditions. Only one player in the field hit more fairways than him today, and he was 7 and 9 around the greens with 3 chip ins. So it's about control, and you can hit those low bullet shots. I said earlier in the week, look, maybe he hadn't played particularly well around here, 16 times, 10 missed cuts, 2 top 10s, because he does hit it low. But when the wind blows a gale, hitting those BBs right through the wind, it just lines up perfectly for him and some of these other hitters that are not quite bombers.
45 years old. If he wins, he would be the second oldest to have won the Players, behind another guy that hit very far, controlled his golf ball. That was Fred Funk 20 years ago. So Lucas Glover will head to Sunday 3 shots back. This is a guy who survived the putting yips, found a new way, a new wand, and new life. 2 years ago, he was 66th in the world. He's now 44, with 2 wins going back to late 2023. No gloves, no nonsense.
We got hit like 2 greens this whole fucking round. Good, right?
Here you leave today and enter
A world of speed.
A world of other worlds.
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
I'm Howie Mandel, the newest ambassador of Skechers. Funny story how I became an ambassador. I went to the store and I lied and said I was an ambassador. Do I get a discount? The owner called me and said, would you like to be an ambassador for Skechers? And I said, yes. Try Skechers.
Dad. Can I come with you today?
That'd be great. Introducing your child to golf can mean a lifetime of playing together. Start by getting properly fit clubs based on their height and skill level, then head to the range or the course and find a U.S. Kids certified coach or a program with others their age.
Did you have fun today?
Yeah, Dad, thanks.
U.S. Kids. Golf starts here.
Good.
Why go commercial when you can have all the comforts of private? The all-new Infiniti QX80. Take luxury to new heights in the all-new 2025 Infiniti QX80 at your local Infiniti retailer.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your outfit first before meeting your girlfriend's family. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. You know what's smart? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Indulge responsibly with Factor. All of the flavor, none of the guilt. Ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
Well, it's a beautiful night in Ponte Vedra, despite the wind that we've been talking about all day and all night. Cold front coming into Ponte Vedra brought some very tough conditions. Wind gusts up to about 30 miles per hour today all over the golf course. Sometimes the wind was laying down, sometimes the wind was switching, but one thing that never changes is the disciplined golf that is required to master TPC Sawgrass. Welcome to our Golf Channel studios. I'm Kira K. Dixon, and despite the tough conditions, good scores were out there, especially if we played a little bit earlier in the day. That was the case for the Canadian, Corey Connors. Let's take a look at some of the moments that got him to that great playing. His approach on 18, 133 yards, would set up a birdie attempt. Ball settled at 7 feet 3 inches. He would convert that birdie. Taking a look at his day overall, just the one bogey on 8, 7 birdies. He's got one top 10 here. He's made 5 cuts in 6 starts, so no surprise that he was able to get that 6 under 66. And after the round, Corey caught up with Steve Burkowski.
Really thrilled with the day. I knew it was going to be a difficult day with the gusty winds. And, no day's easy around this golf course. But yeah, it was a great day. And I really stuck to the game plan and was able to play a really solid round.
And what was that plan that allowed you to play so well?
I think just continuing to be free, making good decisions, and you're going to get fooled out there. There's going to be some things happening. Just kind of not let that affect you. But for the most part, yeah, I was striking it really solid and was able to get myself a good look.
What was the toughest part about going around this golf course as it continued to get windier throughout your round?
Yeah, I think, just trying to hold on to the momentum that I had and try and keep my foot on the pedal. There's some holes that are playing really difficult and was able to scrap out a few pars to kind of keep the round going. And nice to get one on 18, hit a driver way down there and just had a lob wedge into the green. So nice to round with the birdie.
Momentum was definitely on Corey's side. Let's take a look at Fit for Competition presented by PGA Tour Superstore. Now, Corey tied for the lowest round of the day today with Bud Colley and Danny Walker. He gained 2.5
Golf Central proudly presents Live from the Players. Coverage brought to you by PGA Tour Superstore. This is golf, and this is Golf Superstore.
Second time is 3. It's 2:55. I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No fun. No fun.
All right.
Meanwhile, at a Virgo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one you have all to yourself.
You're seeing Skechers' famous glide step footwear everywhere. And now that famous design is available in hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Get the comfort and style of glide step now with the convenience of slip-ins, with no bending down or touching your shoes. Try glide step Skechers slip-ins.
Subaru Forester versus RAV4 and CRV. Who wins? 96% of Forester vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. That's more than the RAV4 or CRV.
Get special rates on a new Subaru Forester during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Going on now.
Use kayak to compare hundreds of travel sites at once? I like to do things myself. No machine is better than me.
Kayak. Search one and done.
TPC Sodgrass stands ready, and we're live.
Chase Brown, #1. Welcome, Rich Letter, pleased to be alongside Brandon Chambly and Paul McGinley,
Bringing you the most comprehensive coverage. Live from the Players, all this week on Golf Channel.
I love the game of golf. So, I decided to go all in. I'm joined in launching a new team golf league called TGL. Who knows where it could go?
This is Bud Cauley earlier today at the 15th hole. Part of what is becoming one of the better stories in this championship.
This course is tough.
Cauley shoots 66. They're playing the final group tomorrow, and he's only one back looking for his first ever win. Goes an old school name, Bud. And maybe by tomorrow, get the pun. Maybe we'll all be saying this Bud is for you. Todd Lewis
This is the
has a
famous
backstory on Bud Cauley. Todd?
Well, Rich, if he does win, it would be very popular for the locals. You see, Bud grew up in Jacksonville. His dad's stationed in the Navy here, and as a kid, Bud would come to the Players and watch the world's best try to win his championship. It inspired him to pursue professional golf and make it on the PGA Tour. And after a stellar amateur career at the University of Alabama, he did turn pro in 2011, and he got 8 sponsor exemptions. And in those 8 starts, he earned enough money to secure his PGA Tour card. And that was significant because he joined the likes of Justin Leonard, Phil Mickelson, and Tiger Woods.
26 feet downhill, but it's only a 24-foot putt.
He looked like a star in the making. But in June of 2018, Bud's life took a terrible turn. He was a passenger in an automobile accident at Muirfield Village after missing the cut of the memorial. Bud was in critical condition with a fractured lower leg, several broken ribs, and a punctured lung. He still has a metal plate in his ribs. He did return to the PGA Tour a year later, but developed more health issues from the accident that forced him to step away from the tour between 2021 and 2023. He's back, though, and I asked him after his round today if he's developed a sense of toughness that will benefit him in the final round tomorrow.
And there's a little bit of that sometimes when I think about it. Just the things I went through to be able to play again makes it. You know, I think everyone out here wants it just as bad, but yeah, everyone wants. I think I've heard this quote before. People want to feel tough. You don't want to go through the experiences that make you tough, and unfortunately, I had to go through a lot of stuff, but yeah, I think it has stepped me up a little bit.
As I mentioned, he has returned to the PGA Tour. He is under a major medical right now, and if he finishes tied for 18th in this championship, then he will secure his PGA Tour card. I'm joined now by golf journalist and senior writer Rex Harvey. And if he wins tomorrow, by the way, he will celebrate his 35th birthday. I mean, perseverance, grit, determination. Those are the words that describe Bud Carr.
I go back to journalism school. We were told you can't root for the player, but you root for the story, and I'm certainly rooting for that story. It's pretty amazing. You pointed out he's been coming here since he was 5, 6 years old. He said he would come here from Monday till Sunday. He couldn't get enough of it. He talked about being by the green over there, just not too far from us, for the better than most call. So he knows the history here, and he played probably as much golf, if not more, than anyone else in the field. But I did ask him after today, have you ever played in conditions like this? And he said, no, I would go home in those conditions like this.
Yeah. Let's talk about another guy who's given you and I some great notes over the years, and that is Lucas Glover. He shoots a 71 today, very much in contention into his championship. He's won in big spots before, of course, the U.S. Open champion. Where do you think his mind is heading into tomorrow's final round?
It was a difficult day for Lucas, not just because of the conditions, not just because of how difficult that golf course is playing. He woke up this morning, he was sick. He's not sure if it was the flu or what was going on. He had to work with his trainer a little bit. They just tried to get him as hydrated as possible. It's clear he wasn't 100%. And he told me after this round that probably helped a little bit. He played defensively. He said this was the kind of golf course in these conditions. He wasn't going to try to push the ball up. He laid back on a lot of fairways, just trying to find the short grass. It actually probably worked out. He just ran the soundbite of him when I asked